Thursday evening, thanks for joining us. Welcome to North West Tonight with Roger Johnson. Our top story: costing commuters and making women feel unsafe. Opposition to Liverpool's increased car parking charges. The council's increased fees are facing a legal challenge from frustrated businesses. Also tonight, could Birkenhead be the first town of culture? It's the only one from 41 North West hopefuls to make a shortlist.
That is the really good news, probably the best news I've had for a while.
It's a very welcoming, understanding place. It's really got like a heart.
Refusing to slow down, teacher Rob, who has MND, inspires youngsters with an end-of-term challenge.
I've always been positive, even with the diagnosis of motor neuron disease. It's been more for me about what I can do still as opposed to what I can't do.
Nestled on the banks of Windermere, we'll visit one of the Lake District's hidden gems.
And we're set to hit heatwave criteria across the northwest tomorrow. But when will the peak of the heat be? Join me at the end of the programme. I'll have the full forecast.
A group of Liverpool businesses is backing a High Court bid to challenge the council's decision to increase and extend city centre parking charges. Liverpool City Council says it has acted lawfully, but the firms say that it has pushed up costs for workers, deterred visitors and is making women feel less safe. Here's our Merseyside reporter, Andy Gill.
You used to be able to park on Liverpool streets for free after 6 p.m. and it's stayed free until 8 in the morning. But since last summer, drivers have been charged from 7 a.m. to 11 at night. The prices went up too. Hospitality businesses say it's having a big impact.
The guests that come into the city now have to pay an additional £6–8 on top of their meal. It discourages from coming. It's the straw that broke the camel's back for us, to be frank.
It's estimated that across the Liverpool city region, the nighttime economy is worth £1.5 billion a year. Businesses say the parking charges are discouraging customers and making it harder to recruit staff who have to pay more to come into work.
People who kind of work in the daytime, if they've got office jobs, they're probably on a bit more money. We've got team that are on minimum wage. The first 2 hours is going on parking.
And not a lot of people want to come into the city centre to work because if they work in the out of areas, they don't have to pay for parking, or parking's cheaper. So, yeah, the experienced lads are working now out of town.
The legal challenge is by an anonymous woman supported by local bars and clubs. It also says the changes put women at risk because they're more likely to use public transport if they can't afford to park.
Now, no disrespect to public transport, it's a necessity. But when you're 2–3 o'clock in the morning, a girl that's coming home on her own, she feels vulnerable.
Women we spoke to broadly agreed with that.
Public transport, people don't feel safe around the area sometimes, especially when you're moving further out.
And students as well, like you've got young people like us that are trying to get in to find affordable parking. So you're parking miles away and some people don't know the city very well, so you're walking down unknown alleys, so yeah.
You've got to think about women on their own and then having you using the public transport.
The bars also accuse the council of wrongly extending the charging hours to make money rather than for traffic management reasons. In a statement, Liverpool Council said it's satisfied it's acted lawfully and properly. It said it'll respond to any legal claim that arises, but can't comment beyond that. Campaigners are now waiting for a date for the court hearing. Andy Gill, BBC North West Tonight, Liverpool.
We'll let you know what happens, of course. Now, from Chorley to Crewe, Morecambe to Macclesfield, 41 North West places applied to be one of the UK's first towns of culture. In the end, only Birkenhead has made it onto a short list. It's up against Grimsby, Basildon and Rotherham in the large town category. And Mairead Smith is live for us in Birkenhead tonight, where the sun's shining in more ways than one, Mairead.
It absolutely is, Roger. Yes, this brilliant news for Birkenhead was made public at 5 o'clock this evening. And of course, it is brilliant news, not just for this area, but the wider place as well, because this is about boosting Birkenhead and making the most of what this town has to offer. And I got some reaction from people just after 5 o'clock today.
thrilled. That is the really good news, probably the best news I've had for a while.
I think it's a very tolerant place. I like it's a very welcoming, understanding place. It's really got like a heart.
Shocked, won't lie, a little bit. But Liverpool was, and you can see it just over there, so I don't see why not.
Well, when people think about Birkenhead, they might think about its industrial past, the Camillard shipyard and what this place used to be. But it has produced some big cultural icons, including Elvis Costello, the actress Glenda Jackson, the footballer Dixie Dean. Ian Murray is the Minister for Creative Industries, Media and Arts.
We've had 398 applications, so for Birkenhead to be shortlisted, it's a massive achievement. But the key thing here is that every single person who's expressed an interest or had been part of those 398 who've applied, they're going to take that cultural strand forward. And it's been a really good way of people celebrating what their areas can do.
Well, I'm joined by Craig Pennington. He's from Future Yard CIC. He led the bid. You were delighted when you heard the news today.
Absolutely, over the moon. Really, really pleased for everybody who put so much time and energy and effort into the bid, but fundamentally for the people of Birkenhead, because it's going to be a hugely transformational opportunity for our town.
We are standing in a really historic place. There are other areas as well, such as Birkenhead Priory, places that people might have visited in the past, but this is really about what the future has to hold.
It certainly is. What we wanted to present with the bid was an unapologetically optimistic view of our town, of what the future may look like. You know, we are the town on the left bank. We're kind of the other place, the place that people maybe have to switch the other way to take a look at. And I think our history is all about being underpinned by optimistic, positive and kind of quite left field, imaginative and interesting artwork and music. So it's about celebrating that.
So for you, what makes Birkenhead boss?
Makes Birkenhead boss. You know, we're the town which kind of provides a platform for the left field, for the offbeat. We've got a kind of turn of phrase, which is keep Wirral weird. And that's a kind of a creative state of mind, as much as it's you know, an interesting kind of turn of phrase. I think that what's most important is that we can use this opportunity to really give Birkenhead a unique story that we can tell to the world.
Well, listen, the hard work starts now. They have a pot of cash around £60,000 to strengthen their bid and hopefully be named the first UK town of culture in 2028.
Mairead, thank you very much. Mairead Smith there. Now, a 16-year-old boy's been arrested on suspicion of murder after the body of a woman in her 60s was found at a house in Manchester. Officers were called to Ivy Lee Road in Burnage on Wednesday morning. The government is being urged to allow businesses in parts of Cheshire to be given a discount if they use the Mersey Gateway Bridge in an effort to boost jobs. It currently costs £2.40 per crossing. Halton Council previously said it would be in breach of UK competition law, but the Reform UK MP for Runcorn and Helsby, Sarah Pochin, told the Commons that that is unfair. Staying with political matters, it's been a few weeks since we had an election, hasn't it? It's about time for another one. 3 weeks today, people living in Greater Manchester will vote for a new Metro Mayor. The by-election, of course, was triggered by the resignation of Andy Burnham. The Makerfield MP, as he now is, set to be confirmed as the only candidate for Labour leader in the next few minutes, and he will in all probability become Prime Minister a week on Monday. The 7 people who want to replace him as Mayor, well, you can find out more about them all on the BBC website, but Kevin Fitzpatrick has been looking at the job they all want.
These are the obvious outward signs of the powers devolved to the Mayor of Greater Manchester. Trams and buses painted yellow and back under public control as the B Network. The Mayor is also Police and Crime Commissioner, agreeing priorities with the Chief Constable and holding him to account, but not involved in operational decisions. They're also responsible for the fire service. The Mayor helps shape the strategy of where and how much development takes place, though councils still control very local decision-making. Whoever is elected will also direct budgets for some adult and further education and skills training to help boost the regional economy. And the Mayor also has a say over the direction of some health spending. But a large part of the job is the platform to bang the drum for the region, and with Andy Burnham promising more devolution, these powers could grow.
Kevin Fitzpatrick there with a look at what the Mayor of Greater Manchester is responsible for. Andy Burnham is the only person who's ever been elected to do it. And to get the job, his would-be successors need the voters' support. The contest this time will probably be tighter than those before it. And our political editor, Annabel Tiffin, has travelled around the 10 boroughs to find out what it will take to win.
There's so much excitement around the World Cup at the moment. It is easy to forget that there is another huge contest taking place, and the players involved are just as keen to get their hands on the prize. The BBC budget didn't stretch to a full-size ball, but there is everything to play for in this campaign to become the elected Mayor of Greater Manchester.
Andy Burnham.
The position has only ever been held by one man, Andy Burnham, from 2017 until his resignation last month. I've been to 3 parts of the borough, from rural and more urban areas to its most southern suburb, to find out what the public expect from the newcomer. What do you think a new Mayor of Greater Manchester should bring to Littleborough?
Just follow what Andy Burnham did, really. That's what he should do, because he set a good example.
Don't make a difference here. It's just a little village outside of Manchester.
But then I suppose, are you saying you want the Mayor to concentrate on places like this?
On everybody, on everything.
What sort of qualities do you think they'd need to have?
Just something honesty, listening and kind of doing something about what the people kind of say.
Integrity, not just say it, do it.
Yeah.
There are 7 candidates standing to be Mayor of Greater Manchester, and whoever gets elected will not only be responsible for the fire and police service, for strategic planning and public transport, there'll also be a figurehead who will have to represent all of this vast and varied borough. They'll also have responsibility for a huge budget, and if or when Andy Burnham becomes Prime Minister, he wants them to have even more devolved powers. What's the most important of those responsibilities to you?
For me, it's crime and policing, because, you know, if you live in a safe place and you feel safe is more important than something else.
What's most important? Is it the policies or is it the figurehead?
No, it's all right doing all the talking. We need to see something at the end of it all.
Action. They need to stick to whatever they put out in the manifesto.
In the south, we reach Bramall, bordering with Cheshire. In the last mayoral election, Andy Burnham won in every Greater Manchester ward, meaning he must have appealed to people of different political persuasions. He was already well known, well established, so it won't be as easy for any of the candidates this time around. Do you know any of the candidates yet?
Not really, no. not truly.
I won't vote for any of them. How about that? Put that on camera.
I will do.
Yeah, all of them absolutely hopeless.
Do you know anything about any of the candidates?
No, I haven't looked, but I did like Andy Burnham.
Time is running out to win voters' support. The final whistle blows on the 30th of July. Annabel Tiffin, BBC North West Tonight.
Lots more in the next 3 weeks, I'm sure. Now, last year, we met a teacher from Bollington near Macclesfield who had been diagnosed with motor neurone disease. Rob Hazley used to run marathons, and although his illness has progressed, he is refusing to slow down and has just taken part in an epic challenge to inspire thousands of students at local schools. Anna Jameson has been to see him.
Meet Rob Hazley.
I've always been positive, even with the diagnosis of motor neuron disease. It's been more for me about what I can do still as opposed to what I can't do.
And the father of 2 loves to run, even achieving a sub-3-hour marathon 6 months before his diagnosis.
Running has always been a big part of my life, so to inspire or to get children out running is really important for me.
Many pupils were taught by Rob.
When he used to teach us, he always used to get out the computers, and he always used to do stuff that other classes wouldn't do, because he was really good at tech. So
a cool teacher.
Yeah. He was always inspiring us, and he was always really active. So it's a shock to see that he's not able to do that anymore.
How are you all?
It was quite emotional, actually. I nearly cried. But it's amazing what he's done.
And it's not Rob's first endeavour. Last year, we joined staff and pupils at his old school, Dean Valley Community Primary, as they undertook a year-long walking challenge.
Last time we met, we were walking up a local landmark, White Nancy. I think I said then, if I don't use it, I'll lose it. I've lost most of it. Obviously, I have my dark days where I'm getting used to big changes, like my voice has been affected, my hands no longer work, but I generally am day to day positive. I look forward, I wake up happy.
And the local community raised money for a pushchair so that Rob could race again. Now they want to help others do the same.
Everyone very generously donated to allow us to buy this chair, which means that we can get out and still do things like this together. But Rob's so positive, and it's a lesson for us all to make sure that we make the most of every day and do things that feel good and are special, and make memories with friends.
What do you hope the kids take away from this?
Resilience. When things aren't going your way, you still get on, whether it be coming out for a run, speaking to people, and just keep going.
And whilst MND may have changed his journey, it hasn't altered the difference he makes along the way.
I've said before, I'm like the luckiest, unluckiest person in the world. But yeah, I'm supported by so many amazing people. Yeah, it just means the world.
Anna Jameson, BBC North West Tonight in Macclesfield.
Rob Hasler, what a guy. We wish Rob, his family and all his friends all the best. If you'd like to show your support, just demonstrate your support for Rob. If you're doing a park run this Saturday, or you want to go and do a park run this Saturday, just upload some pictures to social media, any social media, with the hashtag #GiveUsAPush, and Rob and his team will be looking out for them all. We wish him well. Right, here are some of the other stories that you can read and watch on our social media and websites tonight. Gail from Lancashire was diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's disease 7 years ago. She says, a bit like you just heard from Rob, it's made her appreciate everything she has and to make the most of every day. A Warrington bar owner says that he won't give work to young people whose parents come in and apply for them. He says the number of times it's happening is going up. Now, it's a scourge for many people who live near the region's schools. So in Manchester, the City Council is planning to put automatic number plate recognition cameras outside some schools to stop bad parking by parents and others, just a minority of them. A new sculpture has been unveiled in Accrington to mark the impact of World War I, when hundreds of soldiers from the town were killed or wounded in the first half hour of the Battle of the Somme, which of course started in July 1916. Find out more, bbc.co.uk/local news. Have a look on the BBC News app or on any of our social media channels. Now, Britain's greatest Paralympian, Dame Sarah Storey, announced her retirement today at the age of 48. The Manchester athlete, who was born without a fully functioning left hand, made her Paralympic Games debut in 1992, and over 9 games she won 19 gold medals, first in swimming, then in cycling. And she's been speaking to Ian Haslam.
She done it! She has!
Another gold medal for Dame Sarah Storey at the Paralympics in Paris. Her final games, as it turns out.
I always wanted to be able to go out on my terms, and I always wanted to compete for GB as long as possible. My son Charlie asked me to carry on for 3 more years to Paris because he wanted to see me win live. So that was a huge motivation, and I'm so proud that I did it. But I think now's the right time.
So they can't twist you arm to do 1 more games?
Well, we had a little chat over dinner a few weeks ago, and I said, so is it okay if Mum doesn't race anymore? And everyone's like, yeah, that'll be fine, and we carried on eating.
She started out as a swimmer, winning 2 Paralympic golds aged 14 before an ear infection changed everything.
And I chose to start training on a bike, and you could say the training got out of hand. I started racing, and then before I knew it, I'd selected for GB and had broken a world record.
When we speak to a lot of sportsmen and women, what I tend to find is they don't really look back while they're still living in the present and competing. Have you had chance to reflect yet?
I'm most proud of the fact that I came back after having Louisa, and then again after coming back from having Charlie, to sort of rewrite the rules on what was possible for athlete mums. I'm so proud that there's so many more athlete mums in our team now than there has ever been.
She's also a 6 times British national track champion in able-bodied cycling.
Yes, in Beijing, when Rebecca Romero won gold, the time I did a few weeks later would have placed me 8th in that same race. Then in London 2012, I was part of the team pursuit team that qualified, but it was always about making sure that I maximised my opportunity as a parasport athlete. That's where I've won my gold medals, and being able to do so in multiple events. London was a really special time because I had 4 events that I was absolutely on top form for at the time.
London 2012 was a watershed moment for the Olympics and the Paralympics, as we all know. I think you've voiced concerns over the fact that you don't feel it's moved on as much as it should have done.
Well, London 2012 moved the dial immensely from a funding and support perspective, and that's still very much there. I think the thing that hasn't changed a great deal since London is that dip in coverage between the games, and most athletes will talk about the fact that they'll compete and win medals at the Paralympics, and then it'll be another 4 years before their events are shown on TV again. So we really need to find a way to make sure that we can publish all of the events that are happening.
So where does Dame Sarah Storey go from here then? Obviously you used to being very, very active. I guess that's going to keep up in different ways now.
Well, they call me Action Mum at home, and I'm certainly not going to be sat down with my feet up.
Countdown in the afternoon and all that stuff?
No, definitely not. I still train every day, and I still ride my bike to and from work, and I'll still be, watching the cricket and playing cricket when I can, perhaps now.
Do you fancy I'm a celebrity or anything like that? I'm being serious.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Really?
Bugs?
Yeah, bugs. Well,
Eating strange things. Do they have hand gel in I'm a Celebrity?
Probably not.
An exciting future beckons. Ian Haslam, BBC North West Tonight.
Wish Dame Sarah and her family all the very best, of course. Now, Manchester United have confirmed the location today for their proposed new 100,000-seat stadium. It'll be about 350 metres northwest of the existing Old Trafford ground. It'll form part of a plan for Trafford Wharfside, which will include new public transport links and up to 15,000 new homes.
We are going to be investing in the stadium, but that's not to say that that should get in any way in the way of our ambition to win trophies. We're a football club first and foremost, and for me it's only going to enhance it. We're going to get more fans to the stadium, we're going to generate other revenue streams through the things we do around the stadium, and all that money will go back into the club to make sure we make even a stronger team than we've got today.
Watch this space. Now, over the past few months, you might well know, we've been looking at some of the region's northwest's hidden gems. They are places, often in plain sight, which people might not realise are there. Last month, Guy Pickup from Ulverston emailed nwt@bbc.co.uk, thank you Guy, to suggest that we should feature Wray Castle on the western shore of Windermere in the Lake District. The imposing Victorian building is being restored at the moment, and the National Trust staff who run it showed us around.
Hi, welcome to Wray. It's a National Trust hidden gem on the shore of Windermere. It's a huge Gothic castle, built to be seen from the outside as well as the inn. It's currently shut for renovation, but there is lots to do in the outdoors. We're going to show you that today. I'm stood next to this beautiful Douglas fir tree that is as old as the castle, so it was planted in 1850. And the reason it's special, apart from it being an amazing characterful tree, is there are also references from Beatrix Potter, who came and stayed at Wray on one of her summer holidays in her early times in the Lake District.
It's a wonderful place to work. We meet lots of very interesting, wonderful people from all over the world.
I'm from Switzerland, and this area is quite beautiful. All the region, the scenery, I guess all of us will enjoy it. We would enjoy a little better weather. And by the way, it's my birthday today.
Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you!
We're on holiday from Northern Ireland for a few days, and we decided to come to Wray Castle. Beautiful setting, beautiful surroundings.
So this is another really lovely little part of the grounds, one of the only glass houses that are still remain. And a few years ago, it again was in a little bit of a neglected condition, so we started a project to restore it, to be able to put plants in it. So it's gone from not being open to the public to now being open, being renovated and having plants in it. And we used a really special part of our National Trust team, who are conservators, and they are specialists in carpentry and historic methods and techniques. So they took the windows away that you can see here that are open, took one away at a time and renovated them with their apprentices.
One of the reasons that I would definitely consider Wray to be a hidden gem is the fact that you just need to look over the lake from this beautiful viewpoint here and see, you know, busy Bowness. Whilst it's a lovely place to go and enjoy and mooch around the shops, we all know that on a busy summer weekend it can be absolutely heaving there. The wonderful thing about Wray and this whole west shore of Windermere is it's just so much quieter. Even better is actually you don't even need to drive all the way around the lake to get here, because you can catch a ferry from Waterhead at Ambleside and then arrive in a beautiful, peaceful, tranquil way at our sites without worrying about your car or car parking or any of that kind of thing.
Well, you could tell from that, couldn't you, with the clouds and the waterproof jackets, that was not filmed today, Molly.
It was a bit of a giveaway, that, wasn't it? Having said that, we've had some lower level clouds this morning. This was sent in by Steve from Polton-le-Fylde. It's actually, you can't really see from that photo, but it's a fog bow, a little bit like a rainbow, but with water droplets from fog, a bit of a phenomenon. Thank you very much for that. But yeah, plenty of blue skies today. This is how it's looked in Bolton. Highs of 30 degrees Celsius, maybe even 31 in places. Thank you very much for your photos. But the peak of the heat comes tomorrow. It's looking likely we'll hit that heat wave criteria of 25 degrees Celsius or above for 3 consecutive days. Yes, 33 degrees Celsius in the south tomorrow. And this is how it's looking this evening. Plenty of blue skies and sunshine into this evening, and it's going to be quiet. We're going to have largely completely dry weather. Some mist and fog developing towards the likes of Formby, Fylde Coast, and then towards Morecambe Bay as well, lows of around 13 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow, it'll be a day of plenty of blue skies, maybe a bit of mist and fog to start, but look at that, not a lot of activity on the graphics at all. Highs of around 33 degrees Celsius, the peak of the heat. Not the case on the Isle of Man, though, where it is 23 degrees Celsius. Now, as we head into the weekend, I guess where this heat wave lacks in humidity, it makes up for in longevity. We have high pressure just lifting towards the north, and we'll have an easterly breeze developing. So it's going to feel a bit more comfortable towards the weekend. We're going to have highs of around 31 degrees Celsius, plenty of sunshine around. And as I mentioned, we'll have a bit more of an easterly breeze developing into next week. So if you take a look at the outlook, plenty of sunshine on the cards. There is the risk of a few showers, but temperatures, that heat wave continuing for now, Roger.
Not too bad, is it?
No, well, it's going to be very, very hot, as you can see, but not quite as humid as the June heat wave.
No, which is better for a lot of people. It makes, at least night times, it's a little bit easier to sleep.
Yeah, bit of a relief at night time.
Yeah, and the gardeners will be keeping their fingers crossed for some rain at some point.
Yes, well, you can see it is coming.
It's not very often your job is quite so boring, is it? It's
no,
like,
it's
what's happening tomorrow? Sun's shining again.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Molly, thank you very much indeed. Thank you, as always, for watching. I'll be back with the late news for you at 10:30, but from all the 6:30 team, as always, thanks for your company this evening. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.